number 9, we have the Heavenly Onyx Cloud Serpent, an awesome looking mount that was bugged for months and never dropped for anyone. Now it's fixed and attainable from the Shah of Anger, world boss in Kunlai Summit. But the drop rate is still so low compared to the other world bosses that it's basically unknown. Based on 1 or 2 lucky drops, it's impossible to calculate the drop rate.
That was just a fraction of what I've got to show.
This has been the Warcraft Bible. Stay devoted.
No thanks. Some points in this video are pretty serious, one of them being blatant stealing of other people's content, also known as plagiarism. I'm not making this to create drama, I'm making it because I personally feel like I have to talk about it as it matters to me. And to the few people who think it's petty to make a video like this, let me ask you something. Is it more petty to take other people's content without consent and benefit off of it, or display people who do so? For me, the answer is clear, but I will nonetheless try to keep it as tasteful as possible after my own standards. I have criticized ideas, concepts and statements on this channel before, so I don't see the problem in criticizing one specific YouTube channel, especially with the reasons I have for it. But if I made this video solely because I dislike the content of others, it would be, in my opinion, petty, unnecessary and too personal. That is not the case though. Storytime with Kakio. Who is WarcraftBible, or the WarcraftBible? Brian, or WarcraftBible, created his account 5th of January 2014 and named his channel Canned Beans WoW. His first video was Sun Symbol WoW MOP PvP 5.4.8 vertical line Windwalker Monk vertical line huge crits vertical line insane burst vertical line, which is just your average PvP video, except this one has huge crits. He then did some more patch PvP stuff for various classes as well as some RuneScape videos, but proceeded on to list videos based on World of Warcraft, such as 5 celebrities you didn't know play World of Warcraft, 5 biggest dick moves in WoW history, and the ever sensible 2,700 subscriber milestone video from January 2016. He then early this year started gaining massive amounts of subs and views due to some of his list videos going basically viral, which has been the case pretty much up to today. Honestly, I know why the book praising Green Jesus is doing so well and why some people would enjoy watching his videos. He puts out regular content, unlike Kakio. He clearly has some comedic appeal to some people, unlike Kakio, and he is generally being factual. But if anyone were to dig under the surface of WarcraftBible's content, you will see the straight up repulsive methods he has taken use of. Let me show you what I'm talking about.
At the tail end of Vanilla WoW, Blizzard released a new 40-man raid called Nixxiom. It was by far the most difficult content available in the game, with players needing gear from Blackwing Lair and Anchorage to even have a chance of survival. Those who got to play it still say that it was one of the most tightly tuned but epic experiences Blizzard has ever created. In number 3 we have Did Someone Say Thunder Fury, Blessed Blade of the Windseeker? Molten Core was Vanilla WoW's first major raid instance, and a sword called Thunder Fury was one of the game's first seriously coveted pieces of loot. As a legendary item, Thunder Fury was more powerful than even the epic gear that dropped off of most raid bosses. Befitting its status, obtaining Thunder Fury was no simple task. Players had to obtain 2 different low percentage drops off of 2 different Molten Core bosses, and that was just the beginning.
Word for word, he says exactly what was written in the article, which was published at least 2 years ago since the comments are 2 years old. The article itself has been updated in May 2016, which I assume was done to be used for Legion. You give the artist who made the music credit, which I applaud, but not the article you supposedly copy-pasted into your script. And don't even think about trying to take this video down because I use your videos. It is 100% fair use as long as the message I used them for is different than what the original message was. And I think we can all agree that it is.
Today we're going to be discussing the 10 rarest items in World of Warcraft's history. Starting with number 10, we have the Big Love Rocket, also known as the Pink Dildo Mount, for obvious reasons. Why is it hard to get one? Because it's only obtainable during the annual Lovers in the Air event for a few days. It drops from the heart-shaped box, but only once per day, and only during the event. And the drop rate? 1 in 3,333. Virtually impossible. And number 7, we have the Haunted Memento. This one's a bit silly. It's not a pet, nor is it a toy. It's pretty much a worthless item that summons an undead buddy who follows you around. Why is it rare then? Because the item was only available during the Wrath of the Lich King's launch event back in 2009 when the Scourge attacked Azeroth. So people either forgot about it, destroyed it years ago, or if they were lucky, They still have it in their bank. Now it goes for hundreds of thousands of gold on the auction house.
Almost 90% of the narration in this whole video is basically a word-for-word copy of the article, with the only exception being the mention of the Anchorage battle tank. I only played 2 of the points, but you can check out the article yourself and compare it to the video. It is disgusting, really. There's more than 200 comments on that article from Kotaku, so I doubt WarcraftBible would ever get permission to make a video not crediting such a huge source. Links in the description if you want to take a look. This is very recent too, by the way, 6th of June 2016.
This has been the Warcraft Bible. Stay devoted.
Again, no, not if this is the shit you try to pull off behind the scenes.
We're finally going to see the Tomb of Sargeras.
It's Sagaris.
The Tomb of Sargeras,
No, Sagaris.
resting place of the Dark Titan Sargeras, was always a mythical place in WoW's lore. People always imagine this tomb as an epic battlefield, maybe even the setting of the game's final raid. That, however, is not the case, but it will be in Legion, and we'll likely see one hell of a clash between the Horde and the Alliance, and the Burning Legion. Number 4, we have Dalaran returning as a neutral hub. World of Warcraft hasn't had a neutral capital city, where both Alliance and Horde players can hang out at the same time since Wrath of the Lich King. That's 3 expansions ago. Dalaran, the floating majocratic city-state of Northrend, was an awesome place to socialize, and it's really good news that they are bringing it back.
It's apparent that you're reading from a script, Mr. Bible, and that's not a problem at all. I'm doing the exact same thing, but the difference between us is that I wrote my script, and in this case and many others, you didn't write yours. And where the hell did you get number 8 from? Did you split one of the points in the article? Or maybe you wrote it yourself? Also, from Kotaku, this is the oldest video I'll be showing, but that doesn't mean there isn't a tendency all the way up to today. He also might have stolen some of the footage in this video from my friend Doran's movies, which is very apparent. There is no way he made the exact same shots in the exact same order of the exact same zones. He took footage from Nixxiom and Bellular as well. He actually linked some of the clips he used from other channels in his description, but strangely enough, not Doran's footage. But don't worry guys, cause he also put the definition of fair use down there, trying to justify using that clip. You didn't criticize Doran's clip, you didn't make fun of it, report on it, or use it for teaching. You just edited it to have some background footage without making some yourself. The fact that you have the audacity to take other people's footage and use them as your own, thinking it's completely fine if you just state what fair use is. This is not fair. You are using other people's work for your own benefit once again. No copyright intended. That's like me robbing a store and leaving a note saying no stealing intended. That doesn't make it right. At least in the case of Doran's footage. Nixxiom and Bellular's cases work in a different way because you actually credited them. I have written something about that in the description if you'd like to know more. Back then he might not have thought it was a problem. He was just starting out, and who haven't made mistakes in the beginning of making YouTube videos. But he should still know or feel that this is blatant stealing.
In number 2 we have class orders. There was a slight thrill factor in building and owning a garrison in Warlords of Draenor, but the feature did in fact have definite flaws. For starters, it isolated players from each other. Instead of being in a city with other members of your faction, you were in a fortress playing with yourself or something. Legion will however try and correct this problem with class orders, themed bases shared by every member of a class. For example, Paladins will convene in a stronghold underneath Light's Hope Chapel. Class orders also improve on the garrison follower system for Draenor. Players will now recruit a smaller group of followers called champions. These champions are more customizable and in many cases are characters established from lore. Furthermore, you don't just send them out on missions, instead they're more likely to help you on your own quests. Blizzard really seems to have taken criticisms of the garrison to heart.
All this doesn't seem to just be a rip-off, it's a rip-tide. This was made the 24th of July, which means it is just, give or take, a week old at the time of this video being published. So it's not a trend that stopped, even today it's alive and well. Well, he might think twice about doing it now. Look at the dates of the articles, comments and videos. It just doesn't add up in WarcraftBible's favor. I have linked to every video and article shown here, so you can go and check it out yourself. Unless some of them will be deleted, who knows. Update. So I was just editing this video when I check up on a comment I left on the 5 reasons why you need to play Legion video I just talked about. I used a sub-account of mine, Mad Math Productions, don't ask about the name, to link the article and asking if this was plagiarized to see WarcraftBible's reaction. This was before I knew of any of the other cases mentioned earlier, so back then I wasn't gonna go as far as to make a video on it, which is also the reason why I used a sub-account to poke the hornet's nest. I didn't want to be officially calling him out on it if this was the only example of supposed plagiarism. But when I checked up on the comment, I couldn't see it anywhere. Before, it was one of the top comments with a few replies to it, but it was just gone. I went through the most recent comments and didn't find it where it was before, but when I logged on Mad Math, I could see my comment, right between C. Morris and Andrew Platt. I then thought it was just a bug and asked some friends if they could see it on their accounts, but they couldn't. I grew suspicious, so I tried to comment with the Mad Math account to see if I was blocked, banned, or hidden. Turns out I could comment on the video, but only I could see it. I asked my friends to see if they could see it 10 minutes after I posted it, but they couldn't, which means that account is very likely to be hidden/banned on his channel. In my opinion, this is clear evidence that WarcraftBible silences people who post comments that can have a negative effect on his channel. In my opinion, he tried to hide that he supposedly have taken content from articles by silencing people who pointed out. If this is true, it is not only incredibly scummy, but also shows that he actually has something to hide. Well, you might have silenced/blocked my sub-account, Mr. Bible, but that won't work this time around. All these examples are probably pretty badly plagiarized, not gonna lie. I'm not at all done talking about WarcraftBible and his content, but to those of you who don't know what plagiarizing is. Plagiarize, to use the words or ideas of another person as if they were your own. I think we can agree that the examples earlier qualifies as exactly that. I bet some of you will say, you are just jealous of his success. Jealous? No. Although sure, I would love to have the subs he has to get the views that he's getting and frankly to earn the money that he's currently earning. If I was only in it for the money, why would I only upload one video once every blood moon? I am not at all jealous of his success because his success is based on a cheap foundation. You might be a fan of his and that's fine, but I do think you too should have a problem when there is, in my opinion, blatant stealing involved in making content with such clickbait titles and thumbnails as WarcraftBible exploits to garner more views and subscribers. Why do you even care, Kakio? What does it matter that he might be doing that to other people? You aren't the target in any case. No, and this might sound corny, but I care because I find plagiarizing disrespectful and abhorrent to the audience, to the original creators, and even to the plagiarizer. As in, do I really have to resort to this? I am not trying to be the police of anything, I just want people to know that this happens. Perhaps I sound pretentious to some people, I don't know, but I think it's important to talk about it. I have no problem if you enjoy his videos, but I do ask you to ask yourself if you're okay with people like him basically tainting this small community of content that is based around World of Warcraft by blatantly plundering other people's work for his own benefit. This is, in my opinion, too intrusive on creative effort in any way, period. It's also morally inconceivable that he thinks he can get away with this. Only the best countdown videos you could ever imagine. Oh yeah, because someone else wrote it.
Be sure to subscribe because, well, this is the best place to be. You can always rely on WarcraftBible to make videos.
Yeah, because it's much easier when you don't have to write shit yourself. And with that said, I am not accusing you of blatantly using other people's work for all your videos, but I do have a strong feeling that the examples shown aren't the only ones in the sea.
If I get to 100,000 subscribers this year, I'll drop out of school.
You go to high school, Brian, and let me tell you something. I finished high school last year. I'm 20 years old as of today, and I will never be able to count how many times our teachers threatened us against doing plagiarism in our tests, projects, and exams. Doing that shit could get you expelled. Didn't they ever talk about that at your high school? But there are other things, although minor, I can express my opinion about. For example, he has his PayPal donation button set up on his main page, with the Twitch being the secondary link and nothing else, even though he has a Twitter and an Instagram linked in his descriptions. I don't know if he just doesn't want the Twitter link to be there or anything, but it's definitely weird that he decided that his donation link should be on the main page, first in row before any social media. Combined with the fact that he apparently is getting paid on a lot of videos by something called no-scope glasses and the well-known G2A.com, which I would have no problem with if it wasn't in this context. Up to 90% off. I don't know if that is true or not, I've never used G2A, but that seems incredibly unlikely. Might just be bait for clicks, but I'm not sure, you tell me. So, there's already 3 money magnets. What if I told you he has a Patreon as well? It's only at $13 though, but it still shows what I think is his real intention, to make money. And that just angers me so much that he uses other people's work to not only earn money off of ad revenue, which is already at around $2 to $4K a month, I would assume, based on Social Blade analytics, but also paid promotions, Patreon, and a PayPal donation button as the main link of the entire channel. And yeah, $2 to $4K sounds like a lot, but I definitely think it's a pretty accurate number, based on the amount of views it gets, with major use of cancerous clickbait. We intervene this message by bringing you the top 5 most awful WarcraftBible clickbait. At number 5, we have 5 shocking stories of people who took World of Warcraft too far. It's not enough to only show one cleavage. Enhance the picture in the background. Enhance it. It's the only way to glory. 5 bizarre facts about gold in World of Warcraft. What does the IRL half-naked woman have to do with anything? Can you hire a woman to grind gold for you in her underwear? Is that it? 10 sexiest World of Warcraft players ever. To hear a then 17-year-old WoW YouTuber make a video on his top 10 sexiest WoW players is honestly to me pretty fucking creepy. But well, the video delivers, I guess. 5 moments Blizzard wants you to forget about World of Warcraft. Oh, the infamous red arrow guiding your site to where the good's at. 5 craziest things people actually do in World of Warcraft. Sure tasteful to use censored WoW porn in your thumbnails. Stay classy, dude. This has been the WarcraftBible. Stay ignorant. Meta tagging. The act of using extra tags, most commonly in descriptions, to boost the searchability of the video and its search ranking on YouTube in general. It's something that isn't black or white, it's a gray area. Sometimes meta tagging is alright with me, like when someone writes just a few tags relevant to the video to have a better chance of reaching the people looking for such content. But what WarcraftBible did on at least one occasion this year is pretty bad and also pretty fucking weird. Title of the video: 15 things no World of Warcraft player will ever say. Funny, sad, epic World of Warcraft machinima. World of Warcraft funny machinima, funny video wow. Hellscream. YouTube channel funny wow video. World of Warcraft gold farming. World of Warcraft gold farming guide. World of Warcraft gold farming secrets 240k plus gold a day, which apparently is a popular soda poppin' video. World of Warcraft gold farming 6.2.2. World of Warcraft gold cheat, going for the rebels I see. World of Warcraft gold farm in Deutsch, expanding into a whole new demographic here. Big steps for who was then just known as Warcraft Genesis. World of Warcraft Schnell gold farming. World of Warcraft gold guide 6.0. World of Warcraft gold guide 6.0.2. World of Warcraft gold generator. World of Warcraft gold guide 6.0.3. World of Warcraft gold guide 5.4.8. World of Warcraft Gold Hack 2015, World of Warcraft Gold Hack 2014, and the list goes on.
And if you're new to the channel and you like my content, please subscribe. We're almost at 100k. I mean, not really, but I'm gonna say we're close, and I can't wait for it, and I hope you guys can help me get there, seriously.
I don't think I have to say anything about that, it speaks for itself at this point in the video. But in the end, do know that I didn't make this video to hate on you, to make you look like a dumbass, or to attack you personally. I made this video to point out how easy it is to abuse the system and profit off of other people's work, while also being satirical here and there. It happens. I really hope you have learned your lesson and refrained from plagiarizing in the future, because let's be real, I doubt you got permission to copy-paste from all those sites made, without leaving links or credits or anything at all. You are 18 and go to high school, your age is not an excuse. Other people's work is not yours to utilize. Taking content word for word from articles and visualizing it doesn't make it yours. I see it as borderline theft. You wrote on your about page that if someone has a problem with any of your videos, you expect a detailed argument of over 500 words. That someone is me, and here you have it. The Bible was written by a lot of people. Apparently yours is too.